Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Lacey Swope.
Lacey, we just talked about the splash pad.
Right.
It didn't even cross my mind Sundays. I'm not there yet. I'm not in summertime
He was so
mode.
unprepared.
You're so unprepared
I
for
know-
how hot it gets around here.
I know we talked about how hot it was going to be, but it's one thing to say it. It's another thing to experience it.
Because you're like, well, maybe she's wrong.
Maybe there's a chance that
Maybe
she's
there's
wrong.
a chance it's not going to feel like
It's
that.
more like I forgot what 96 degrees feels like.
That's what it is. You start hearing it in the forecast, and you're like, oh, that's not
fine.
too bad.
It's fine.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, this is what it feels
different.
like. Yesterday, guys, mid-90s across central Oklahoma. This was the air temperature. 107 in Altus, 106 in Hollis, where the drought has been raging on. 108 in Granfield. Unreal numbers. Now factoring in all the moisture that we had, heat index values from 100 to 102 in central Oklahoma. And just to remind you, when we talk about severe weather, we talk about May. And yes, we had all of our tornadoes, over 24 tornadoes just last week. On average, more people lose their life to heat than any other weather-related element. Flooding is next, then tornadoes. So just remember, take the heat seriously, especially right now, because your body is not acclimated to it. Yeah, it feels like a shock to the system. So please don't be out mowing and doing the heavy labor activities during the peak heating of the day, because today will be dangerously hot in portions of Oklahoma. Now, it's much cooler to the north. Rain and storms ongoing in the Dakotas. The storm system coming out over the Rockies, still dumping snow. That's where the colder air is located. But it was so thick. Yesterday morning, you could just see the humidity. It's going to be that way again today. Very hazy. 74 is where we're starting. Your AC is likely working overtime. The heat index right now is 75, which is very near to what our typical afternoon temperature should be. This is what it should feel like during 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, we're starting there. So we're going leaps and bounds above average into the afternoon. Upper 60s in western Oklahoma. We're near record warm lows to kick off the day. Winds are out of the south, 20 to 30, some gusts to 35. And this afternoon forecasting 94. The record for the date is 94, and that was set back in 2011. We all know what happened that year, right? That was the hottest summer on record. Yeah. Parts of the state, though, that really need the rain, you're going to get it. And the reason why the heat index is so high right now is because of all the rain we had last week. The good news is southwestern Oklahoma, your rain chances are coming. I'll talk about that in a second. Sunny skies today, 94 in Orange. Yeah, the heat index is back on the hour-by-hour forecast, 98 degrees by 3 o'clock. 100s out to the west. Now, it's going to be windy today. That at least helps mix the air up, and in the shade, it feels better. When you factor in the moisture, these are your heat index values by about 4 p.m. Triple digits or close to it, up to 102 in Ardmore. Lows tonight, again, close to record warm lows, mid-70s on the way, breezy tonight, and then tomorrow back into the 90s and triple digits. Now, there'll be a boundary that moves in from the north and from Enid to Fairview, Watonga, Clinton. This will probably be the hottest stretch in the state tomorrow, closing in on 100 degrees, a little cooler up in the north and northwest. Big, powerful storm system swinging out. I mentioned the snow in the mountains with this. The jet stream energy, though, will mainly go to our north. It will shove a dry line into the far Texas panhandle, and tomorrow afternoon expecting thunderstorms in the Texas panhandle. By tomorrow evening, those are rolling into western Oklahoma. Your Tuesday's dry for the metro, but out west our trackers will be geared up and we'll track those storms into the western portions of the state, and they will weaken as they make their way in. But between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m., that's kind of the time frame into your Wednesday, there is a threat for severe weather. Now, the tornado threat is extremely low. It's not zero, but it is low, okay? And that's for our far western tier of counties. We'll watch for any brief spin-ups. One of the bigger concerns would be hail up to the size of golf balls from Arnett to Cheyenne to Sayre to Willow, which hearing from folks in western Oklahoma, they're like, we'll even take the hail at this point to just get some rain. Hopefully you don't get the hail. The rain is looking likely. Winds anywhere from 65, maybe some gusts to 70. And I do think that wind field makes it to the metro, and some data says we get some sprinkles in the metro tomorrow night late, but the bulk of the rain will be in southwestern Oklahoma. Here's your 9-day forecast. Hottest day on the 9-day today. very similar tomorrow. Storm chances out west again on Wednesday, and then we'll have a chance in the metro come Friday into Saturday. Our coolest day is 83. That's Sunday. Back to you guys.